Amazing intro. Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Talk EV almost every Sunday at 7:15 p.m. Central European Time. I hope you're all doing good. What are we doing? We're just having some fun, talking about EVs, having a few people here talking about everything. Gonna go through a few new things I found, but I'm not a news channel, so it's not, oh my god, we never heard of that before. I always putting myself down. I don't know why I do that. Come, Rudy. Rudy's coming in here and opening the door. Don't want that. And then main topic today is, well, very short, the 3.0 over-the-air update. And then main story was my trip to Copenhagen with the Id.5 to the Id Buzz. That was a lot of fun and a long story. Really long. A lot of stuff happened. But let's go through some news. Yes, Kia EV9 should be presented in the first quarter of 23. It's a big SUV, most likely will be same spec as the EV6. I'm just happy that they didn't start with an EV. So hey, Grow M, nice day in Copenhagen, yes, but busy. Yeah, from what is that? No, why did I put that in? I have no idea. I think it's what's available this year. The Tesla Model Y will be available with a smaller battery, 55 kilowatt hour, and just rear-wheel drive from now on. The not so great thing. Do you have to go out? There you go. If you want to go out, you can go out. The weird thing here in Germany is that the price difference between the big battery all-wheel drive, as a long-range all-wheel drive, and small battery rear-wheel drive in Germany is just 3,000 euros. So it's almost no point. For example, Model 3 difference is 9,500 euros. So that makes way more sense. Then, production of the EQS SUV has started. Haven't seen one just on new things. I mean, of course, with the not people driving around. I see the EQS a few times. Saw one charging. Then Tesla is planning from December on to have a third shift to buy to build Teslas. At the moment, 1,200 to 1,500 Model Ys are produced every week. They want to increase that number, of course, to what do they want to increase it to? Where's the number? Doesn't say. Where is it? A lot. Then Kia EV6 GT in Germany will start at 70,000 euros. That's a lot of money. Bus news. And the last, that it's most likely that the bus will also come with a different stuff. So the Id Buzz right now is only available with the 82 kilowatt hour gross capacity and rear-wheel drive. Next year there should be all-wheel drive. There should be a GTX version at some point. And here they're talking about that maybe there will be a big battery. Here it says 111 kilowatt hours, but as far as I know, what I've heard is that it's not going to be 100, so maybe it will be a 95 or something. We'll see about that. But I know they want to build a Volkswagen Id Buzz with a longer wheelbase, and then the California maybe. We'll see. Next thing, Ionity construction. As far as I've seen, nothing has changed. Why is it 10 months and then 1 month? Doesn't make sense. 20 days. Yeah. Nothing started construction of Ionity in Europe. What went live? I think it was one charger in France. Yeah. I say yes because I can't see it. Let's look at our map. What do you have new in Germany? This construction here is going on for a while. the one here and the two new ones up here. Oh, I will show you the ones that we used with a better route planner and everything. Yeah, a better route planner, we talk about this anyway on the trip. It worked great for the trip. It showed us a lot of information that we usually couldn't have. But my problem was, so afterwards the drives, they're all always going back to the home not even home address, some address somewhere. So it shows I'm in whatever, Hamburg, and then it says I went back to where I started, and then to Hamburg, and then back to where I started, and then to Copenhagen. So it says me in my drives that the average speed is 30,000 kilometers per hour. So yeah, it didn't work that well. Didn't you charge a Tesla supercharger? No, I did not. Not once. It works, but it's expensive and I'm not getting the plan or anything. Ooh, YouTube tells me I have to do advertising. Let's do that. I pressed the button. Now you all pay me. Who else says that? Good evening, Chris. Now it's my turn to do all greetings to the community from Denmark. Yay! Kitty van der Put. Awesome name. I love names. There's so many names that are so interesting and something special. But first, let's talk about 3.0 over-the-air update for ID cars that have 2.4. Then we talk about what we used for the trip to Copenhagen and back and how did it work. And then we talk about the trip itself. Is that okay with everyone? Yes is the answer. Thank you. I appreciate that you agree with me. I didn't bring water. Why didn't I bring water? I need water. Yay! We get an ad for electric Volvo truck. Got an ad for electric Volvo truck. It's cool. That is good. So, first over-the-air update 3.0. Does Walter, my ID.3, have 3.0 over-the-air update? Yes. Yet? No, it does not. It's the third week, and as far as I know, there's still a problem with the server that for whatever reason the configuration, how the car is, and I've heard other people too, it seems to be very early cars, so first editions or something, that the car is asking the server and the server is returning an error message and doesn't give the download. And the worst thing is you don't see that in the car. I had to ask Volkswagen and they looked at the server for that particular VIN, what happened. And my main person that I talked to has holidays right now. I'm thinking the last 2 weeks. I don't know if he has another week holidays. No idea, but nobody could tell me if it worked this week, but I guess not. So I didn't get any information that the problem has been fixed. I didn't drive Walter this week, but Cindy drove it. And the problem is that you don't see that the download is happening with 3.0. Volkswagen doesn't want that. You have to make a video about that soon. But if the download is complete, I think 3, 4, 5, 6 gigabyte of data, then you get a message, hey, I have downloaded an update, do you want to install? So that's the only way how you know that there was even the car ask and there was a download happening. I disagree with how they're planning this, but that's just how it is. You think the server is on holiday. No, server worked for other cars, but it were newer cars. I said, like I said, I know 2 other people that were in the first group. Both have a very early ID.3 and they all got the same error message. So there's just something wrong they have to fix. They offered me to install 3.0 at the dealer and I said no, because I wanna... No chat coming up here? Why is there no chat? It works here. Anyone else have problems with the chat? Like Marty O? Oh, I'm sorry, Marty. And it's like I said, it's the same problem and they have to fix it. I don't know why that happens. 2.4 will be installed on Tuesday. Let's see if this succeeds in less than 3 days this time. Yeah, it's all about, so if you have I know that two problems. If you have a rear view camera mounted third party, that's a big problem. Take that, disconnect that before the update. And the second one is if you have an ID3, ID4 with the alarm system, that can cause problems. There's a lot, I don't know the real number, but there's a lot of people in the Volkswagen group saying with 2.4 that the car got bricked and nobody knows what to do. So there's a problem working now. That's good. Telling in the chat that there is no chat. No, maybe he cannot only see his chat and not the rest. Maybe it's that's the problem. And so, as usual, sadly to say, as usual, with every software step that Volkswagen is taking, 2.4 is causing a lot of problems, and several earlier weeks. I don't know. It works here. I don't know why it would not work. It's not something that takes a lot of data. So chat was bugged or hacked. Yeah, I got a message yesterday that my YouTube channel was hacked. That was fun. And 3.0 over-the-air update seems to be buggy as well. So it's going as planned and as most of us now expect when it comes to Volkswagen and software. So I don't have hope that, for example, when 3.1 is coming at some point, that I'm pretty sure it will be the exact same thing with a problem. I have also early first from September 20, so again, all early IDs returning to the dealer. Solve it, Volkswagen. Well, the early has to go to the dealer for 2.4. That was a plan all along, but again, also something that shouldn't have happened. Yeah, it's just that the 3.0 software doesn't work. I have a third-party rear view camera, but it won't be a problem as it is a motorcycle camera with screen mounted to the cup holder. So it's not connected to the system, then it's fine. Then it's fine. It's all about, you can get a third-party camera hooked up to the system and see it in your normal screen. That works for the first edition. First, for example, so I have the Plus with the rear view camera, but you can get the first that doesn't have it, and then put a third-party one in. And I heard that can cause problem with the update. But I think that there's a few cars where the car really is bricked and it doesn't work anymore. So they have to ask Volkswagen what to do, and it takes a while, and they're in the shop for a few days. It takes a long time. I mean, remember me when I got, I think 2.0, where one control unit broke, and they were just in ramping up production for the ID3 in December or January of 2020 or 21, then January, and they couldn't get a hold of that control unit, and my Walter was 2 weeks in the repair shop because of that. So they could have repaired it, but didn't have parts, and I don't know what the problem is right now with 2.4, but it seems like I said, it's with every update. I don't know how it is with other cars, so I don't know when a Kona gets a software update if there are problems. Never looked if there's anything, or when an Audi e-tron is getting an update or an over-the-air update. I don't even know if they received that, if they have problems as well. No idea. I know the Tesla doesn't, but they had, I don't know, since they're up and running, I don't know, 100 software over-the-air updates, I guess. No idea. Still no 2.4 for me. I guess I hit 100,000 kilometers before that. Did you ask at your dealership to get 2.4, or you're just waiting that someone is calling? It's just annoying that you need 2.4 to get 3.0. I don't know. It's just, and to be honest, so I experienced 3.1, and we talk about it in a second anyways. 3.1 with the Id.5 GTX that I have here, and 3.1 is a real step forward. 3.1 is giving me stuff that I am interested in and that I can use. 3.0, the only thing in 3.0 that I am interested in is three things. The app shows me that the car is locked. The app shows me where the car is with 3.0, and I see the state of charge in the instrument cluster. That's the only thing. In 3.1, I have plug and charge. That's amazing. I have the trip meter in the instrument cluster. That's has a huge impact. It works amazing. I love it. Are the software issues only for Volkswagen themselves, also for Skoda, Enyaq and Audi Q for e-tron? That's what I'm talking about. I have no idea. I have driven an Enyaq with 3.0, but it came with that from the factory. So I don't know. My Zoe doesn't have over-the-air and it's working fine. Yeah, but you had a few updates. I know that the Zoe had a few updates at the dealer. Did you have to do that? And how did it work? Was there any problems? Or is it known in the Zoe community that this can cause problems? I have no idea. Got my ID.4 updated to 2.4, but my sunshade stops working properly. Yeah. And this is also something, the 2.4 is this middle step to 3.0, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people have to wait for a few months to get 3.0, and then if 2.4 is, you know, not working properly on some things, and then they will tell you, that's the only answer you will get. You have to wait for 3.0 for everything to work then. We can't do anything about it now. But if you have to deal with that for a few months, that's just not nice. I think the whole structure of the software with a lot of configurations in a lot of cars, ID3, ID4, ID5, different batteries, different motors, GTXs, like I said, configurations. You have a rear view camera, you don't. You have electric seats, you don't. And all of this, I think that was too much for the software, and they're all fixing around stuff just a bit that it works this time, but then the next time they're the same. Oh no, the old cars don't work because they have a control unit that does this, and in the new cars we have a control unit that does that. I think that's they started with the ID.3 in the totally wrong way, and they continued with ID.4, ID.5. They're great cars, but the software connection to the car, it's just, I don't know. It's not working as it should. I'm so hoping, but I'm scared that the next line of cars, so Trinity, when it will come out in, I don't know, 25, I hope that they think of the software first and then see how the car, and they learn from their mistakes. I think that the problem right now is not the software, it's the connection software to car. And they build a car and said, okay, this is the car, now get the software working. And then they changed some things at the car and then said, okay, we have changed this, now we get the software working. And it's just too much, even though they're working a lot of people on that. Yeah, I asked them for that. They tried it on their own ID.3 before the appointment, and the airbag control unit got bricked as far as I can remember, and replacement part is not in stock. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it has to work happen with you. On Walter, the SOS light stopped working. This is also something. Why, if you get a software update, are parts not working afterwards? And it's not a software thing, they have to change hardware parts. How can a software break something in the car? I don't get this. It happens so many times. Like I said, with 2.0, a control unit broke in Walter. Then with 2.4 now, the SOS thing send out an error message to the car, and they had to change a tiny battery that's in there. I think that there's a tiny battery in the SOS button, so it always works even if the car is dead. And they had to get that from Volkswagen. But why is that? Why does stuff break when you put a new software on? I don't get it. I so don't get it. I often have no rear view camera available, blue screen in my Zoe. It happens most in winter. Hope that is not an issue with the Megane E-Tech. I only drove the Megane in summer, so 3 weeks ago, and it was perfect. Great view, great car. The software 2.4 is more like a component driver update. Yeah, but again, why does so much stuff brick and break and stuff? I don't get it. There's configs are stored in the VIN. There should be software simulation to test before. I would say the same thing. Or you make a car from the ground up that if you change little parts, it doesn't matter. It seems like that the ID cars, even though they should use the same components like Apple, and then if you do a software, it should work because you know the hardware. It seems like it's more of a PC where everybody has different graphic cards and whatever hardware in there, and then the software is like, oh my god, there's so much stuff, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Hi Chris, Volkswagen still beta, give them some years. Yeah, it's been a few years. And by the way, Steve Holt, it's been 2 years. I have my ID.3 in 14 days. In 2 weeks. Is that true? That's true. In exactly 2 weeks, my ID.3, I have it for 2 years. It's a long time for software. We had 2 over-the-air updates since then, in 2 years. VO, they forgot to teach it again after update. Take it back. If the sunshade doesn't work properly, your workshop hasn't executed the update correctly. You could do it by yourself. Please check in my ID forum. I don't know. Ask. He could be right. Because the 8 then on one computer's on board. The 8. When firmware flash fails, you can break the part. Yeah. But can you put something in there that it doesn't brick? There must be a way. You know, it can all be at a reset button. I don't know. It's an expensive part. There must be a way. Maybe they canceled the appointment because of that, and I will go back. Until then, I'm stuck with 2.3. It's again 2.3 to 2.4 is no problem, and 3.0 will wait. Your co-driver could be your twin brother. Same look. Yeah, we have the same long hair, same beard. He's a bit grayer, even though he's way younger than me. He's more than 10 years younger. But Walter started to load the update and got the 2.4 back again. No, Walter never started the download of 3.0 update. It asked to the server, hey, do you have an update? The server said, yes, I have an update for you, but there's a, I don't like you. Your configuration, I don't like it, I'm not giving you the update. That's it 3 times now. But the good thing is I know the time. It asked always at 2:45. So I drive. I have to do a little tour at work where I get the post route and whatever, and bring stuff from the warehouse to the office, and from the office to the warehouse. And I do that usually between 12:30 and 1. And it didn't look for the update. Then that means that the car Walter is looking for an over-the-air update, because it's once a week on Wednesday between 1 and 2:45. That's what I know now. That's great. That's only 100 minutes where I know the window where if a new update is coming out, I know, okay, on Wednesday at 2:30 I drive around or turn it on for 10 minutes and done. Sometimes slave computers get damaged. As a result, you have to replace the damaged one. But if you have 100 different possible configurations, you can test them all. Yeah, but shouldn't you, if it's a car that you build in a software you make, I don't know. I was hoping a company like Volkswagen, where hundreds of people are working on that. 11 days for me. What do you mean 11 days for you? Is 2.4 is your car in the workshop for 11 days? Marty, tell me. I need to know now. There's a chip crisis. Maybe when Volkswagen try to change to other chips, there might be different components driver needed. Time to think about ordering your next car soon then. Long delivery times. This YouTube chat sucks. Still doesn't work on your side. This seems ridiculous coming from Tesla 3 owner 2019, Model S owner 2022. Software update never fails. That's true. No. Hey Chris and chat, sorry I'm late. It's okay. Hey Chris and chat, you have to name everyone who's here. 126 people. 11 days to the 2nd anniversary. That's true. You're 3 days before me. 3 days only. I thought you had it way earlier than me. I thought you had it a week earlier or something. Who sent me something? Mm-hmm. Dad just wrote, they have a new Nissan Qashqai, and I told him to use the app. I'm pretty sure the car has an app. But where am I? I got mine first. That's true. I also need to like the stream. No, not yet. We do that all together. That's fun. I wish you... is it possible to flash a new update to Walter manual? Yes, it is, but I don't want that. They already said that, hey, offered me that. Do you want to go to the shop and we install 3.0? I said, no, I want to experience the 3.0 over the air update. I want to see how it works, how long does it take, so I can present that to you. Because not everyone can just go to the Volkswagen partner and get it installed. My second anniversary is in March. You're not over it yet, obviously. No. Wake up! The YouTube chat system is awful. No edit possible. No, you cannot edit. That's true. If you can delete your what you just wrote, that's possible. I see a lot of people always deleting. Okay, there are 125 people here. We have 33 likes. 124 people are leaving. Let's do it all together. Everyone who's in front of a computer, get your mouse over the like button, but don't press it yet. We do it all together. That's always fun. And I can do it too. I can do it too. And who's on a TV or something, go to your mobile device. We can do it all together. Let's talk here. Can see myself. Can I? Can't even see myself. I don't even know. But we do it all together. Come on, load. God, it takes so. Why does it take so long? If I, in my own channel, go to my own live stream, doesn't work that well. Okay, now we have it. And we all gonna like together. I see here 31, here it says 34, but 130 people here. Let's all like. Okay, 3, 2, God, I'm an idiot. 1, like. It's all like. I liked 35, 51, 76, see? That's always fun. God, I love that. God, I'm a weirdo. 79. 81. That's awesome. Thank you. That was fun, as always. Chris, you got Walter on a Friday. I got Walter's copy the next Monday, also in Dresden. That's cool. Even after me, after my car was someone from Passau. It was so fun. So Smart in China finally announced their Brabus model this week. 422 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds. The Smart one, cute. Could the changes done with 11 make the update fail? Someone mentioned this in a forum. No, it does not. Because the OBD11 changes, you don't change anything in the software. So everything you can change with OBD11, Volkswagen put in for a reason, so that someone at a shop or in a different country or whatever can change that. For example, the seatbelt warning. In different countries, this is not necessary. You can turn that off, that you don't get a beep, or the lane keep assist. That's stuff that you can turn off for different markets, and they put that in. So if they don't put in change the color of your screen or the icons or whatever, you can change that. This is all programmed into the software that you can change via OBD. And they put that in, that some markets and whatever workshops can change that. So this has no impact at all. It doesn't impact 2.4, it didn't impact 2.1 to 2.3, and it will not impact 2.4 to 3.0, because this is all overwritten. Everything in your car, except for a few things, will be overwritten. That's just how it is. You have to do the changes again afterwards though. How's the channel grow? It was amazing with the Renault Megane videos. I gained 1,000 subscribers in 4 weeks with all the Megane videos. That was really awesome. Like the road trip story. That's good. It's coming up now. Is it true that Volkswagen Bus has no camp mode? What is camp mode? Explain that to me. It's not OBD11, it's Roman numbers. It should be OBD2. It could be possible. OBD is a database or configuration file. The software of the HPC is a deeply embedded system. Yep, OBD2. Okay, I could totally understand that. What is the camp mode? And then we go to the road trip story. I always say OBD11. Why do I do that? No, they wrote me even. Even the website is called OBD11. OBD? Isn't it? I made a video for them. They paid me for it. And they never said anything. Why is my internet so slow? OBD11. It's called that. You're wrong. The company with how I changed the stuff, it's called OBD11. Not there's an OBD2 dongle, that's true, but it's 11. It's a brand and it's the OBD2 dongle. Yeah, thank you. I thought, what the hell? I was told you tested me here and I failed. You should make more Skoda Enyaq videos so they can featured on Reddit Enyaq forum. Well, I did. There's still one video coming, but it's not more about the Enyaq. Skoda doesn't give me too many cars, and they don't invite me to any releases. That's why. OBD is a protocol currently on version 2. Yeah, it's true. But we were talking about OBD11. That's a brand of an OBD device where you can change stuff for Volkswagen, especially ID.3, ID.4, Id.5. That's what we're talking about. So we were talking in different things. It's an OBD2 dongle, but the software and the company is called OBD11. Okay, let's talk about the trip. First, what did I use and how did we charge and everything. So we had a Volkswagen Id.5 GTX. I should put up the pictures. Where are the pictures? Footage, Copenhagen, pictures. That's food. Let's go here. Where do we have full screen? Where's my bus? Where's my Id.5? There's my Id.5. Well, you can see it here or here. Yeah, we took this Id.5 GTX. So I a few weeks ago, would say 7-8 weeks ago, Volkswagen contacted me that there is the Volkswagen Id Buzz Media Drive in Copenhagen, and in January or February I had the media drive with Renault in Spain for the Megane E-Tech, and I asked back then in February Volkswagen if they want to give me a car, and I drive there, and it got all talked about, but then I declined and I said it's too far from me, I can't do that, I'm not gonna do that. And now they invited me for this, and I asked them again, hey, remember we talked about it, how about now? How about if I go with an Id.5, Id.4, Id.4 GTX, Id.5 GTX to Copenhagen? And they said, yes, that's a great idea. Let's see if there's a car available. And then a different person, first of all, I've talked to a press person, and then the test car person called me, hey, I heard you want to do a long drive test with an Id.4, Id.5, blah, blah, blah. When would you want the car? And I said it would be nice a few days before, and okay. And then a few days later, I got an email, okay, we have an Id.5 GTX for you. It will come on the 16th and will be picked up on the 30th of August. And I said, cool. I want that. So I had the weapon of choice here, the Id.5 GTX, and then was the next thing, how do I get there? Will I drive by myself? And my wife said no. And she's totally right. You're not gonna drive 14-15 hours by yourself. That's dangerous. You're not gonna do that, and you're gonna film and do stuff that's very dangerous. So I looked around who can drive with me, and I asked a few YouTubers in Germany, but they all said no. In France, the Model Y rear-wheel drive is 9,000 cheaper than the Model 3. They sold about 5,000 in 2 days. That's cool. Here, sadly not. There's just 3,000 euros difference. So I asked around YouTube people, they all said no. Then I asked around a bit other people, and a few people said yes, but people that I haven't spent a lot of time with, that I don't know. And I asked my old boss, who has a Model 3, and this is the black Model 3 that I used for my 1,000-kilometer trip in 9.5 hours. Or was it? How long did it take? I can't even remember. And he said, yes, I'm gonna go with you to Copenhagen. That's a lot of fun. And so we planned a bit ahead and what we're gonna do, so he knows, and what we're gonna bring and everything. And I said it's all on me. So food and everything, it's all my problem, because it's so nice that he comes with me, and that's cool. We had that settled. Who's driving with me? We had the car. So next thing is, how are we going to Copenhagen? So the plan originally, so the plan from Volkswagen was this: you get to the airport in Munich, you fly to Copenhagen, you arrive on Friday at 11 a.m. You get an Id Buzz for an hour to drive, or 2 hours. Then we meet up at the event. There will be presentation and explanation what the bus has, what it's great, all the features. You can ask questions. There will be a Q&A. There will be different stations where you get very detailed about self-parking, about charging, infotainment system, and all of this. So really interesting. Now the advertising, haha. So really interesting. Then there's dinner on Friday. You go to bed, and next day on Saturday you get the car again in the morning, but then you can drive all day. And then a day later, so you stay overnight till Sunday, and then Sunday morning you go to the airport and you fly home. That's the plan from Volkswagen. We said, hey, we're gonna drive there. And then they said, when will you arrive? Because I could go on a Thursday, arrive at Thursday evening and do everything I just said. Or I drive on Friday. And I talked to Cindy, my wife, and she said it would be very nice if you could go on the Friday, because I'm here with the 3 dogs alone 3 days. That's long. And if you go on Thursday, then it's 4 days. I would appreciate it if you would go on a Friday. And so we decided we go on the Friday. And I thought on the Friday, when you get the car only for a few hours, 2 hours, and then presentation, then another 1 hour or so, that's not a lot of time. The next day with the 9 hours, that's the interesting part. And the presentations, they have good information, not denying that, but usually they're very stretched, and you're like, okay, let's move on. It's a whole day. It gets a bit boring, because a lot of people are coming there and they have no idea about ID cars, about Volkswagen, about the bus at all. They don't know anything, and those people have to know everything when they leave. But I knew 95%, maybe even more, and I drove the bus even before, so I didn't have to see that all, and it turned out it was fine. So we said we're gonna drive on the Friday. So this was settled, Friday to Sunday. Friday there, Saturday testing the bus, and dinner in the evening. And then Sunday we drive home. Okay, that was settled. I had the week off, so it was no problem. And I took the Monday off as well afterwards, so I could relax, because I was very sure I would arrive late and then be tired. Then how are we getting this? How are we planning this? Of course, I did that with a better route planner. Let's pull up a better route planner so you can see the trip that we took. A better route planner. It's still in here. Yeah, it's still in here. That's awesome. Still in here. That's the trip. Starting in Passau. And then we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charging stops and be in Copenhagen. And except for this here, on the way there, we took all the charges that you can see here. No, that's wrong. We didn't take this one. We took 2 in Denmark, and we talk about why. And I used a better route planner in the car with Android Auto. So I have a premium account with a better route planner, so you can see it in the car. It shows you all your navigation to get to the first charger. It shows you your state of charge that you have right now. I'll tell you in a second how. And with what state of charge you will arrive at your next destination. And then when you're at the charger, it tells you how much you should charge. And for the state of charge, you can use either EV Notify for Id.3, Id.4, Id.5. You can use an OBD dongle that you connect and then connect it to a better route planner, or you can use Tronity. Tronity is a service that for one car is for free. If you need more cars, you have to pay, I think, $4.99 a month. And if you want trip and stuff like this, it costs $4.99 per month, euros. But if you just want state of charge and charging locked in this service, and you don't need the trip and you don't need more cars, then it's for free. And what Tronity does, it's taking your WeConnect ID service from your car, where the car is always sending out your state of charge. Wow, it's doing the same as Tesla is doing it since 7 years. That's true. That's totally true. But these are not superchargers, and that's the problem now. And here, what you did with Tesla too, you set all of your what speed are you doing, what chargers you prefer, which one not, and it put in how many charging individual chargers on each location and everything. I wanted that. And yes, so yes, we use Tronity. So I put Id.5 GTX in my WeConnect ID, and then we connected it to Tronity. So Tronity always knows what's the odometer, what's the state of charge, and what's the range of the car I'm driving, and it sends it to a better route planner. So it was always in the display, even though it said red. So it doesn't have a connection, but it was always right. So it shows, I don't know, I have 40% and I should arrive with 12%. And then, I don't know, we drive a bit faster. It says you're arriving with 11% and so on. So it shows you on the next chargers how many stalls you have and how many are occupied, how many are available, and how many are broken. You can see it in the display as well. So we had a better route planner the whole time on. In the instrument cluster, we had our state of charge and our trip meter and the speed. We had our head-up display. It was just amazing. You can try Tronity for 2 weeks, then you have to pay. Really? Maybe they gave me one and I don't even remember that. I'm sorry. Very possible. Hi Chris, my Id.3 Family Pro 58 is going to the dealers on the September 12th. It's for the battery and 2.4 update. They are supplying a courtesy car and I hope it's electric. We'll see. I got lucky, but 2 years ago I wasn't so lucky. I got a Skoda Fossil back then. I'm in UK, north of England. That cool? Yeah, I didn't know this about Tronity. They gave me an account at one point. I don't even know if I pay now. I'm sorry, but early in the beginning they said, "Hey, you want an account? You have an Id.3. Maybe you want to promote or whatever. Here you go." And I didn't even do anything for them. But I will make a video about that. Yes, but it worked like a charm. And okay, this is any idea when UK is getting update 3.0? Well, the first a few waves started, but it's just a few cars in Germany. They should start outside of Germany next week or the week after that, and it will be more cars, but I don't know how many and where. Have you tried used the improved route planner for a trip in 3.1 car software? I looked at it. It doesn't seem to be any better than in 3.0. Id Buzz has 3.2, right? Yes, it does. I recently tested Id.4 GTX and its route planner did find Ionity easily on a 500 km drive to Oslo. Yeah, my problem was when you do that, it takes any charger. I don't want to do that. I want to use chargers where there are at least 4 stalls. And you cannot put that in right now. And you cannot say, please prefer Ionity or something. It doesn't do that. You can only say, I want to arrive at the charger with this range and I want to arrive at the destination with this range. That's the only thing you can do right now. And that we charge is working on their charger. That's the only thing. But I wanted at least 4 stalls and prefer Ionity because it's cheap for me. That's just how it is. That's why it's like this. Ionity is free for ID users as they don't have same account of data as Tesla. I have free Ionity since 6 months for my ID.3. Yes, so again, I don't know. I have no idea. So, this is how we did it. This is what the plan was. A better route planner told us 1,300 kilometers and more than 13 and a half hours, 11 hours of driving, 2 hours, 40 minutes of charging. That was the plan. Okay. But I prefer the Google Maps in my poster too. Yeah, Google Maps rules. But does it do the thing with the charging very well? I haven't tried that. From what I heard, the update undoes any changes which you made with OBD11, for example, the alarm deactivation. Yes, it does. It does. Everything is back. 2.4 changed everything, but it was 3 things I had to change. 4? No, 3. And then everything worked. I could still change them. In the NX 3.0, you can select to prefer Ionity. Really? In the Id.5, I could only say prefer WeCharge, but not prefer Ionity. Couldn't do that. That's awesome. That's great. That's a great idea. But again, this is so detailed. It works like a charm. It works in the display with Android Auto. It was just fine. Yes, but it's important to set the filters, payment method, and etc. Yeah, well, it makes sense. That makes total sense. Okay, so the week before the drive, we're 45 minutes in. I haven't even talked about the drive. The week before the drive, I was so excited and happy that I could not sleep very well. So either I couldn't fall asleep at all, or I fell asleep, woke up after 2 hours, and then I couldn't fall asleep. It was horrible. I mean, it was like 2-3 hours of sleep. I was not well the next day. I had the week off, so it was fine. I relaxed or did on purpose something so I could fall asleep. But the whole week it was just horrible. I had to twice I had to take a sleeping pill so I would even fall asleep in the first place. And they're very light and they're very good. So you're not the next day. It just helps you fall asleep and then that's it. You don't feel any difference in the morning, like there's something wrong. So I had to use that, and I used it the day before we drove. So on Thursday I packed everything, and I put most of it in the car, planned where I put cameras when we drive and everything, and it also how we get food and drinking and everything. I brought water, a six pack, 1.5 liters each, so we have water for the whole trip. And packed my bag and everything, same as me the day before, a 572 kilometer drive to Sweden. Yes, and yes, but for me it's annoying because a friend of mine deactivated it. When I got the update, I have to meet again, but I don't know if I get until the end of this year. Oh, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, but it will be the same with 3.0 again, so don't bother. Well, I did it because I have the premium membership with OBD11, but I will have to do it with 3.0 again, and I hope I can turn off a few more things. We'll see, but I doubt it. Yes, so on the next, I slept and got up at 5 a.m., maybe a bit before 5 a.m. on Friday. I drove off. I packed the car, the few things that I had left, and the cooler box with a 12-volt outlet, and I had my battery bank that I have AC if we need it. So AC power for something stronger. And then I picked up Matthias. He's, like I said, he's my old boss, and he was very excited to do that. Good evening, everyone. About updating ME 3.0 on ENIAC, good or bad idea? Well, is there a thing you cannot do it? I thought you have to do it. 3.0 on ENIAC was cool. It solves a lot of things. I made a video. Just 3-4 videos ago, I made a video about 3.0 on an ENIAC Coupe RS. And it's awesome. Blinker is nice and quiet. 3.0, blinker in Id.5 GTX is horrible loud again. Blinker in Id Buzz with 3.2 is quiet again. I don't know why. That's just how it is. I need to go to the workshop to update bugs. well, the same as before, not more or less. I haven't seen anything, but I only had the car for 5 hours, so I couldn't say. I drove a 3.0 ID.3 and a 3.1 Id.5 for a long time. I haven't noticed more or anything. So not worse anyway. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I picked Matthias up, and we drove away at 6 a.m., a few minutes before 6 a.m. We drove off. I took the first trip to Tiersheim. Let's go in here. To Tiersheim up here. Tiersheim has Wampenerstraße, Tiersheim, they have 8 chargers or so, a lot of chargers. It's, I think, four hyperchargers with 2 CCS 300 kilowatts. So not everyone can have 300 kilowatt, but it's separated. So 2 can have 150 kilowatt or 175 and the other 225. So we drove there. It was our first trip and worked like a charm, was no problem or anything. Hey Chris, I'm Chris, not Chris. Evening everyone, I'm looking for a family-sized SUV coupe with around 500 plus of liters for storage under 50,000 euros in total. What options do I have? Preferably good value for money. I have no idea what liters trunk I have or other cars. I'm the wrong one. 5 Citywatt and 3 Allego in Tiersheim. That's true. They had the Allego at Shell too, but I wanted this one because it was raining a tiny bit, and the Citywatt has a roof, and I support roof. Roof rules. I always say that. If a charger has a roof, I love it. We charged there for that's a different route. We drove to Nempitz. The next one, we charged to 67% or so. What I noticed with a better route planner is that the consumption was always a bit higher than what a better route planner thought. So we always charged 5% more what a better route planner said. So it took a few minutes longer, but 5% is not even 5 minutes. And what I also noticed that most of the time that we drove, we charged to 50 or 60%, and at that time the charging curve of the GTX is a tiny bit better than the Pro. If you charge to 80%, the Pro is way better. There's a video coming soon, I think on Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday the video is coming. Charging curve between Pro and GTX. So the 170 kilowatt charging curve, and for the Pro the 142 peak charging curve that stays longer on above 100 kilowatt. And what about that? I have no idea. Yes, then he drove, so Matthias drove, and we drove to, like I said, Nempitz. Nempitz, is it this? Yes, Ionity Nempitz. We drove here. So not to where a better route planner is now planning right now. Stopped raining, that was nice. Nempitz, I tried plug and charge, but it didn't work because it was the first Ionity. And there will be a video how plug and charge works with 3.1. For 3.1, you have to activate it in the car with 3.1. In 3.2, it's activated automatically. You cannot even turn it off, which I don't like. Maybe in the bus it wasn't the perfect 3.2 software, because it's nice to turn it off if you know you're driving somewhere where you don't want to use plug-in charge, because maybe WeCharge is too expensive and you want to pay with something else. Would be nice to just turn it off so you can plug in without thinking about that. But in Nempitz it didn't work. They have the Porsche chargers, the thin ones, but not with the thing on top. And I plugged it in, nothing happened. And in the WeCharge app, you also have to activate it. It says install plug and charge. You do that, it takes 10 seconds and then it's done, and then it works. So there it doesn't work. We drove on to Ionity Hohenwarsleben, that is here around Magdeburg. Here it worked perfectly. You plug in and the Ionity charger says communicating with the car, and then it says plug and charge authorized, and then it just starts charging. Amazing. It's not as fast as supercharger with Tesla, but it's not faster if you have your card already ready. But if you're just getting out and plugging in, and for Volkswagen cars where Ionity is cheap anyways, it's perfect. You just plug it in and you just don't think about it. And also with Volkswagen cars and Ionity, the connection to 99% works. So there's no, like in Polestar or Volvo, where you have to hold the charging cable, so the communication works fine. It's just you plug it in and it just works. We didn't have one charging problem with Ionity on the whole trip. I had a charging problem with Allego, but I think the charger was broken. We had to switch to a different charger and then it worked. So Hohenwalsleben, we thought we will charge for 20 minutes. That was planned. But we were hungry, we wanted to eat something, and then everything around there was very busy, holiday traffic, and there were a few buses with younger people that all went to every food source there was. So we went to had a problem. Yeah, we talked about, no, it wasn't hacked. We talked about, yeah, we should talk about that too. So we went for dinner. We went for lunch. We went for lunch, had pizza, and we charged there for 53 minutes to up to 96%, which wasn't planned, but we did it. Yeah, yesterday Mark wrote me a message that my YouTube channel was hacked, and I looked it up, but no, it wasn't hacked. Some person, I'm guessing a robot or whatever, created a YouTube account, gave the account the exact same name, Battery Life, put my logo in as the channel icon, had no subscribers, no videos or anything, and then posted messages under my community post. So where I ask what speed should I drive with the Id Buzz if I do a range test and whatever. And he posted, that person or robot posted under every reply, a different reply with an advertising. So I reported all 20, whatever, how many posts there were. I reported the channel and I blocked him from the channel. So this should be over. But what people do, huh? Consumption higher because you drove faster than the speed limit? Well, since there is no speed limit on German highways, we didn't drive faster. We drove 140. Consumption was pretty high. At the end, I think 230 watt-hours per kilometer. On the way there, it was around 220. But we didn't drive always 140. We drove 140 when it was possible. And I noticed with the Id.5 GTX, if you drive calmly with the GTX, it has a very good consumption, the same as the Pro. If you push it, so every time you have to pass, every time speed limit is over and you want to accelerate and the front motor has to do something too, the consumption goes up significantly. I see that. The LE prices where Ionity is 35 cents if you pay 12 euros per month, so everybody can have good Ionity prices. That's true. I pay 10 euros a month and I pay 30 cents. I don't know how long. Maybe next year the prices are different. In France you actually pay per minute on Ionity. That's disgusting. It's not nice. I wouldn't want that. In Germany, that's illegal. You shouldn't do that. Yeah, so we charged there for almost an hour. We've been there for an hour and we were almost full, and that's why we didn't charge here in this Ionity. We drove past Munich, Hamburg. The problem with Hamburg, a big problem, was that there was a traffic jam. It's not anymore by minute. Okay. So Hamburg was very busy. It's only the only highway over here. There's nothing here, nothing here. So we had to go through that. There was a big traffic jam. It took us at least 45 minutes longer to get through Hamburg. It was horrible. And then we stopped. Where did we stop? At Allego somewhere. Burger King? No. I don't know. It was up here somewhere. We stopped at Allego, and like I said, Allego, it had 3 chargers there, each with a 300 kilowatt and a 50 kilowatt CCS charger, and there was a Tesla supercharger as well. And 2 were occupied. The one that we wanted to charge didn't work, but then the other guy left and we went there. So I tried 2 times and then he left and then I went and switched. Stop it. I have no idea. I have no idea what you're saying. I was in France with I3. Noticed minute and kilowatt prices are nearly the same price in the end. Oh, that's nice. Since 14th of July, it's by kilowatt hour. Only few cars were still by minute, like Kia, I think. Always slow at motorway at Hamburg, only fast during night. Yeah, it's possible. So right now, but even right now, it wants to go somewhere else. Yeah, it's this part here that it's all construction and it's one way through the tunnel. A two has been bad for many years. Yeah, it was horrible. So nothing moved, and we went off the highway, and a better route planner and Google Maps thought it would be better, but still you have to go through, like I said, 45 minutes. And then a Lego charge there for 20 minutes or so. Went up here over the border. That was fun to see. The two cars in front of us got pulled over by the police at the border to be searched, but we got pulled through. They were like, yes, that's awesome. Then we charged that first time in Ionity here at Albenra, or whatever it was. What does it say? Abenra. We charged there. I don't know. Also, again, 20 minutes or so, 55%. GTX always charged amazing. We plugged in under 15% and it charged with 177 kilowatt peak and then went down at 50% around 90 kilowatt. And then, like I said, with 60%, the highest charge where we wanted to leave, I think was 67% or so. And hey, Jill is here, just with a dot and then leave. And so we drove on there. Then we had the first bridge here, but just a tiny one, Middelfart. And then we charged again here in Nieborg. And I saw my first Circle K. That was exciting. I've seen so many Björn Nyland videos with Circle K mentioning. I never seen one before. And here was my first Circle K. I haven't been in. It looks like the a store like any other. It was just the name that I was, see, that was he's talking about. Then we charged there again, a bit more though, because I had no idea if we can charge at the hotel, if we can charge at the event. I knew Volkswagen called us there. They called us on the way from Flensburg to Denmark and said, hey, when are you coming? Approximately, and we said, we are just in Flensburg at 9 or 10, and said, oh, that's sad because, did you say Middelfart? Yeah, that's the name. Here it is. Middelfart. That's the name. Insert your joke here. Give me some GTX charging action. Circle K. And he did not get a hot dog. No, I did not. I went to Middelfart last year, was so disappointed, didn't match my expectations. Did you? Yes, I did. Ionity Greve is nice. Greve is a nice charging spot. Lots of restaurants. Just wanted to say. What was Greve? Was I there? I don't think I was. No, is it this one here? Yeah, no, that's a different one. Where is it? The one very short to Copenhagen, very close? We were at one Ionity station somewhere. Is it this one? God, I'm good. Look at me. Yeah, we were there with the bus. Just a few minutes. So, Volkswagen called us, when are you arriving? Because at 7 p.m. there would be dinner if we would be there. And we said, no, we won't make it. Why didn't you go by Puttgarden Rødby? You mean with the ferry? Because the ferry costs a fortune. The ferry would like 60-70 euros. And the bridge was just 30 euros. And I'm a cheapskate and I wanted to drive, not be on a ferry. That's loser. Second bridge, yeah, the fans passed 3 last summer, super impressive. Tour de France, close to Copenhagen. Notice the closest Ionity charger to Copenhagen. And on the other side in Sweden was another charger. Was it this one? That's Malmö. That was close by, but we didn't go there. We just drove here. It was just 20 kilometers outside of Copenhagen. We used this one with the bus. But, so Volkswagen called, when are you coming for dinner? No, we won't make 7. Okay, someone will be there when you arrive and tell you what's all happening and what's going on. You can have room service in your room if you want to. It's of course on Volkswagen, blah, blah. The bridge to Malmö was free because Volkswagen paid for it. All the ID buses were registered by Volkswagen, so we could go to Sweden. That was no. We did twice. Twice we drove back and forth. But the bridge we took from Nyborg to Copenhagen, that long bridge there, we had to pay for ourselves. Yeah, so they called us, told us everything, and they told us some interesting news. They said, okay, you're arriving on the Friday. Next morning at 8:30, you should be at the event. That's 10 kilometers away from your hotel. If you drive, so you have a parking garage at the hotel, and you have next day in the morning, at Saturday, you have to go to the event. When it's a lot of traffic, it could take half an hour. Usually it's not that bad. Then you can test the bus. You have to bring it back at 6 p.m. on that Saturday. I have, by the way, I have an embargo. I cannot talk about how the bus is driving. I can just tell you how it looks like because they've been out, but I cannot say how it's driving, how it's behaving while driving, and all of this. I could do that with the prototype for whatever reason, but this is how it is. The event is still going on till September 3rd, so till the end of this week. For 3 weeks, a lot of press people are driving the ID bus, the cargo, and the normal car, and we can all share how the car looks inside, what is happening, because it's all been revealed. I don't have embargo. Can I say what you told me? No. You can say that you drove a bus and that you are saying that, but not that it was me. That's the whole thing. Malmo, my second home. That's nice. The bridge, we did that. So I can talk about that. How it's driving, how it's behaving, and blah blah blah. That's just how it is. How the self-driving was. You didn't say anything. If I had known, I would have put on the coffee. Yeah, thank you. Wouldn't have time for that. And the plan. So the plan is 6. You bring the bus back, but not to the event. You have to bring it back to the hotel. You have to leave your car at the event, because on Sunday is the Ironman event in Copenhagen, and you cannot get outside of the hotel. The hotel is close to the harbor, whatever it was here. That's the hotel, and a lot of stuff in the inner city is locked off. The event was here at the airport area. And they told us we have to leave the car at the event. Someone will bring us on Sunday to the car, and then we can drive off. That's how it is. And we said, okay, we can't do anything about it. That's how it is. It's fine. So we drove on. Tell us how the bus drives via interpretive dance. How's that? Damn, you really went to all places to pass time when I'm in Malmo, Copenhagen. Yes, I did. Lol. So, where were we? Yes. So, we charged at Nyborg. Did I show other pictures? I should go back to the first picture. Where are we? Yeah. Let's go to the first picture. This was the food we had in Magdeburg. This was the traffic jam in Hamburg. Yeah, the same traffic jam in Hamburg. We were already on the highway here because we went off the highway through the city and then back. This is still traffic jam in Hamburg. Then I'm already in Circle K, Copenhagen. That's my room already. Yeah, we talk about it in a second. Did you meet Björn or Potty Boy? No, Potty Boy I didn't meet. I'm sure he was there. Björn I was told Björn wasn't there because he said with having a kid he doesn't want to go outside of Norway right now, or not that far away that he's gone for 3 days. He doesn't want to do that. I'm pretty sure he has his deals with Volkswagen Norway that he will get the bus very early. But I'm on that too. I'm trying to get the bus extremely early here in Germany and then a press car after that, because I want to do my real range test. I should have done it in Copenhagen. It was just a lot of stress and I made the wrong decision to not do it. because in my head I have to do it at 130, and around Copenhagen was a speed limit of 110. I said that doesn't make sense. I can't do it. I should have just done it at 110. I'm an idiot. I learned. Next time I do it differently. And I did this in Wolfsburg with an ID.4, and it was a great video. I heard Pottyboy talk Bavarian in one of his videos while in Hamburg. Not kidding. Really? I have no idea. Did you meet Kyle from Out of Specs? No, he was there a few days later than I was. The two people asked the same question. Who's Pottyboy? Pottyboy is Autogefühl, the presenter. They have 650,000 subscribers because I talked to the main press person that is in contact with me and from Volkswagen about him. Is Autogefühl really that big? He had no idea. It was a lot of fun. Thomas, see, he knows people. I have no idea. I think I watched one video of Autogefühl. Did you meet anyone then? I saw Robin TV again. He doesn't talk to me anymore. I asked him 2 years ago when I was at the pre-booking event for the ID.3. I asked him if he wants to do an interview in English. He said, sorry, I'm busy. And then we didn't talk. I saw him at 2 other events, but he never talked to me again. I don't know. I didn't do anything to him. It's just very YouTube-like in Germany. YouTube people in Germany are very... I'm not talking to you. I'm something better or whatever. Perhaps he's still busy. He didn't look busy there. We were at dinner, but he didn't even look at me. He didn't say, hey, we met at the. I mean, I didn't do it too. So I'm an asshole as well. I'm the same asshole. I heard a few stories about him, that's all. I'm not saying anything anymore. First poster video I saw was his poster 2 performance white. I bought one later. You mean Pottyboy? And then I saw, what's his name? Alex from Elektrisiert. He was there, but I think he was filming for Grip, not for his own channel. I saw him with a whole film crew. I saw that. Autogefühl, yes. Yeah. Who's writing again? Messages all over. My dad again? Yeah, with a potty. What's that? Yeah, that's the people I met. Who's not talking to you anymore? Nobody is talking to me. I'm very socially awkward. I admit that, and I'm horrible with other people that I don't know to talk to. If I don't have anything to talk about, I'm not easy talker. The people that met me at the ID-Treffen in Dresden and Zwickau with the ID Factory tour, they know. It's the nervous laugh you love. And even Darren can say that. Darren knows I'm very socially awkward. I'm sure he was sitting there the whole time. God, he's a weirdo. Why the hell am I here? Why did I meet him? Yeah, I'm just weird. So I'm pretty sure it's not Robin TV's fault. I think it's me. Yeah, but where was I? Yeah, we charged at Nyborg, Ionity at the Circle K there, and then we went over the bridge. Awesome bridge, very long, normal, and then it gets nice. I filmed a lot. It looked awesome. Lots of YouTubers are actually sharing some live stream videos or some drives. That's not allowed. That's embargo breach. So the embargo of the Volkswagen ID Buzz is... Who needs a haircut? Me. The embargo is on how the Volkswagen ID Buzz is driving. You can show the car when it's standing, what it does, but not when it's driving or talk, hey, it drives like this, or this is good, this is bad, the assist system did this, consumption is that. You cannot talk about that. You need a haircut, thank you. Who is this hobo? It's me. Yes, I was thinking, who is this idiot there? So, drove over the bridge. Then after the bridge, there's the pay thing. You can pay cash, you can pay by license plate. And I looked at the website before for the bridge, and it said that the license plate thing Kyle Connor showed around Copenhagen. Yeah, was it a picture or a film? Did he talk about driving? It's because it drives crap. No, it's because the embargo is there that a lot of people can go after each other, but they all say it at the same time, that not the first person who was there has an advantage over the last person, because it's 3 weeks apart. So people, I could already put up the video a week ago, and Kyle, for example, just now. That's just how it is. Kyle can show Copenhagen and can show picture of the bus, but not when it's driving. He showed ideal locations in Polestar Precept. License plate thing works well. Yeah, again, I looked at the license plate thing and it said only Danish license plates work. And I thought if they put that on the website, oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to do that, to pay before and go through the that it recognizes, and then I drive through. But it said that it doesn't work for German license plates. That's why we paid by card. But the Volkswagen ID buses that were there, that Volkswagen paid for the bridge, we had old German license plate, and it worked to the bridge to Malmö. That's stupid. He loaned a Polestar and went to Gothenburg later on. That's good. So we went over the bridge. Where is my Danish bacon? You have to get it yourself. Went over the beautiful bridge. Then it was already dark. We had from the last charger, it was 130 kilometers or so to drive. Matthias was driving the last leg. We went into Copenhagen and then to the parking garage. At the parking garage, we had to give them before the license plate, and the parking garage opened for us because we had that license plate. I wanted to charge at the parking garage. There were a lot of clever AC charging spots, but I could install the app, but it didn't work for whatever reason. I couldn't put in my paying data, whatever. It just didn't work, and it was 10. We arrived at 10 p.m. I didn't want to do a lot, so we just parked and didn't charge, and I went to the room, and I will show you the room now. So, what is this? A beautiful room. It was all very, it looked like a very old house that was renovated, but they want to keep it old looking. So we had the nice couch, the toilet and shower there. There were a lot of windows, but there weren't shades or anything. It was just wooden things that closed. You'll see it in the video. Toilet, the bed. Yeah, this is the entrance here on the left, where you go in, and then there was an espresso maker and even an iron with a board, but I didn't use it. And here a big window, and it was, you could see the water there. There were a few ships. There was even a party ship just partying out. WeCharge works with Clever, but isn't it extremely expensive? It didn't show up in the WeCharge app, the chargers that were down there. Yes, and I had to charge a lot of things because, and this is the view outside of the room. This was already in the morning, so I filmed a bit when we arrived, filmed a bit about the room, and then went into bed at around 11. We had different rooms. He was in a different house on a different floor. I had, I think, 309. He had 512 or 22. I don't know. I fell asleep in a minute. Was just done, but I've noticed one thing. So driving, I've drove to Wolfsburg a few times now, 2 or 3 times. I think 2 times. I drove to Wolfsburg 2 times. It takes 7 hours. You charge 3 times, I think. And driving to Wolfsburg, from home to Wolfsburg, the 7 hours alone is more exhausting than driving then changing drivers to go to Copenhagen. It took us 16 hours. So, and because of the traffic jam. So without the traffic jam and one time where we charged more, it would have been 14.5 to 15 hours. And we could have driven a bit faster, but it was, like I said, it was a bit of a traffic at other spots too. I think without traffic, could have done it in 14 hours, a bit more maybe. New WeCharge deal has fixed prices for all other AC and DC too. Oh, that's nice. Nühaven, exactly. That's Nühaven. Nühaven 71 is the hotel that Volkswagen has for all the press people for this event. And like I said, I fell asleep in a minute. It was just, I didn't steal a bathrobe. They didn't have one. I think I didn't have a bathrobe. The only bathrobe I ever seen in a hotel was in Frankfurt with the media drive for the Volvo XC40. There was a nice hotel room. I should have showered there, but I didn't. I'm an idiot. I was just there for one night. Yes, this is the hotel. What comes next? Yeah, still from the hotel. Middle of the hotel. Outside of the hotel. Yeah, the bridge will come to that later. Yeah, that was all on the first day. So on this was all taking pictures before everything was built for the Ironman on Sunday. This was on Saturday. Still, this is the hotel. 2 houses, this and this, or this and this. I don't know. 2 things. I don't know which one it is. Oh, that's already breakfast. Yeah. So next morning I woke up at 6, stayed in bed till 6:30, 7 a.m. Had a bathroom up there. That's cool. I got up at 6:30. Breakfast started at 7. We went down, had breakfast, ate a lot of coffee, and yeah, we're gonna go through this in a second. And then we went with the Id.5 GTX to the event, which was at the hotel, at the airport, and we arrived at the airport at 8:30. I thought they maybe have, I don't know what Tebirkes are. Since I'm vegan, it sounds not vegan. I thought they have maybe 5-10 cars there, but they have 50 Id buses there. And they said it's even more because for the media drive there are 50, but they also are doing the schooling for dealers in all over Europe, so that they fly in, look at the Id bus, and then when they're getting a car for their dealership, they know what they have to deal with, how it is. Danish pastry, a bit like a croissant. Wow, I hadn't had it. So they had a lot of cars. I have the old contract. I still pay 10 euros and 30 cents. That's why. And Clever again wasn't that charger where I was not included with WeCharge. It was not included with ENBW. It said that I have to download the. And WeCharge didn't even work. I put the card there, nothing happened. So it wanted the Clever app, and again I could install it, but then it didn't work, and I didn't want to spend too much time. So I was like, they will have charging at the event. It's fine, and that's true. At 8 a.m. we met. We drove with the Id.5 to the event. At 8:30 we were there. At 9 there was a little presentation, and God, this was boring. Again, they said what I thought, just a little briefing what the Id bus can do, and I knew everything. I think there was nothing, only that they said that the all-wheel drive model will come end of next year. This was the only new thing that I heard. All the rest I knew before. And so we got our bus. We took a yellow one. You saw the picture that I posted on that day. So what did we do? First we drove, Volkswagen did that very nicely. So they had so many people there. I would say 100 people were there with the event. They had a few other things where they put up more about presentation of the Id bus, not just at the airport event. They had a thing at the beach. They had a thing at a special crane, where we drove to, by the way, because it looked nice to make drone footage and pictures. So this is where we drove first. But at the airport event, the buses were parked so perfectly. Did I have a picture of this? I filmed it, but didn't take pictures. Why is this? I took the picture before. Doesn't matter. someone was really there and coordinating a bit back, a bit forward. Yeah, so they were standing just perfectly there. It was like 10 cars in one row. It's in the video that will come out on Monday. It's just awesome. Looks really awesome. And so we went into the car. They told us we can go over the bridge. This is Volkswagen of 84 kilowatts used by energy for Id Buzz mentioned earlier in Bernil video. No, Id Buzz has the same battery, 77 kilowatt hour usable, 82 gross capacity. There should be at some point a bigger battery, but they don't know when and how much. Many drunk Swedes in Newhaven. No, I haven't seen too many. There was a bit of a party going on. Yes, but coming. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly 84. I thought it would be a bit more. Because from 77 to 84, it's not a lot. Did you experience faster charging, 30 minutes instead of 36, from 5 to 80%? Can't talk about that. Oh, you're still here. Yes, I'm still here. I cannot talk about driving, charging, experience with the car. I can only when it stands still. This is all what I can talk about. Oh, a party with Party Boy. How dare they? They're so mean. Yeah, so we drove around. We took pictures. I did my video with presenting the car. We took drone footage. Then we did a driving video. And one I can say, I drove, what was it, 39 different EVs. And I got heads, so turning heads when I drove by with the ID.3 in the beginning when I drove the first day when it came out in Munich, around Munich. I remember that. So 2-3 cars looked, hey, look at that. But with the bus, everybody's looking. It's because of the color, the white and the yellow. Everybody is looking at that car. It was astonishing how many people were interested in and how many people came up and took a picture and told us nice looking car. When we charged, other people came over, oh that looks nice, and so many people. I'm pretty sure Id Buzz will be a very, very a car that will be sold a lot of times. I noticed that a lot of people are interested in it, and I think they will want that car. And I understand that. I don't need the space, but I understand it. VW called me, they still have your ID first owner certificate and the flowers. It wasn't the owner certificate, it was a certificate that the car was built CO2 neutral. So that they used CO2 but they saved it somewhere else, something like this they told me. And the flowers, I'm pretty sure, are not there anymore 2 years later, but the certificate they still have. Oh god. So yes, then we did the driving video and we drove over this bridge to Sweden. So we are here already in Malmö, Sweden, and it's so funny. Here is the highway, and where I'm standing here, what is that, 300 meters? But to drive from here to here, it's 10 kilometers. Because you have to drive off the highway and then back. I got a Volkswagen branded ketchup bottle with my car. That's good too. Yeah, this is all Malmö, a little tourist place where they, I don't know, do something here. We can go out. We didn't film a lot, and here we are already back. So you went to Sweden, they let you in? Yes, there was, when we went the first time, there was no problem. We just went through. We went back here to get a lunch at the event, and this is the Vorspeise, whatever, the course. This was the main course, and this was the dessert. And I had the menu. This was the menu. And saw an Id Buzz with German plates on the road in Denmark 2 weeks ago. Yes, you should have seen a lot. There were 50 cars there. Starter, thank you. And so we went back for lunch. We relaxed a bit. They asked us, hey, you have to put in your car a special ticket that you park here. Not that you get a parking ticket, because it's very expensive here. It's, and you should put that in. It can cost a fortune. And so we waited for that. We put that in. And then we thought, what do we do now? We only had 3 hours or so, maybe 3.5. So no time for a range test or whatever. It just takes time. A range test takes time. You have to go to the charger, charge up, do the range test at 110. I'm expecting more than 300 kilometers. At 110, that means 3 hours of driving, charging again, and then back. It would have taken 5 hours at least, so there was no time for that. It would have had to be structured. Did you go to the Lego store then? No, I did not. They aren't as strict as 3 years ago at border, at least how I experienced it in train. Yeah, then we thought, what do we do? I want to go at a grocery store outside of Germany. Let's go back to Sweden and go to a Lidl. Because we have Lidl here in Germany, and I wanted to see Lidl. I didn't go to. Did they have a no OBD11 policy? They didn't talk about it. I don't know. No, I didn't put it on. I didn't want to do anything to a press car at an event. So we went to Lidl, to Malmö, went over the border again, and this time they stopped us, or everyone. They went through, and we had to show our passport, or the little European thing, and they were like looking in, and then okay, opportunity lost. No, I'm not plugging in OBD at a press car. I'm not doing that. I should have used the app WeConnect ID, connected to the car. That would have been something if I would have had more time. It's like a Swedish in Germany who would say, let's go to IKEA. Exactly. But I just wanted to see. And yeah, it's the same. Mostly the same. Just in Swedish. Could pay by card, not even credit card, was all fine. And I bought this. Sweets. Sweets. Then we went back to Denmark. This is the bridge over to... Oh, you can't see that. That was the bus stats. Then we went back. Let's see if your Swedish meatballs are as good in Germany as in Sweden. Yeah, it's a good idea. So next thing was we go back now to the hotel. Well, no, we went to the charger, Ionity charger. I wanted to plug in, film that, but we were at 50% or so, and so this was not a test or anything, just wanted to see. Plug-in charge wasn't activated because it was not connected to my WeConnect ID, so I had to pay with the normal card. Charged okay. Again, I have to do a full charging test once I get the car a bit longer for a day or something. Yeah, and then we were supposed to be back at the hotel at 6 with the bus. And so we drove with the navigation. A lot of vegan in Denmark, very little. In Sweden it wasn't too much. In Germany it's a bit more. That's true in little. So you got Sweden, visit Lidl. I was in Sweden twice. Well, if you don't have a lot of time, we just looked for a grocery store and then we found one and it was a Lidl. That was what it was all about. So we had to go back to the hotel at 6 with the bus. Id.5 GTX stayed at the airport event location, and then we drove back with navigation, and then suddenly there was already closed. We looked, bit traffic jam. Oh, my frame rate is not good. You should have visited an IKEA instead. Well, IKEA, I don't care. It doesn't matter what country. That's the problem. Are we better? Yeah. So it was already locked for the Ironman. Then we went off and followed people that were driving, but it was locked off again. We looked at Google Maps. It says you should go here. We went there. They say that you are breaking my heart. So they said, go drive here. I haven't been to IKEA in, I don't know, 5 years. I don't know, maybe longer. It's not a store, or any store that sells stuff that IKEA sells that is something I go to. Never. Shame on you. Yeah, that's true. I should give you money right now. And so we followed the traffic, but again it was locked. We couldn't go. Then we called. If you go to IKEA if you need a new pencil. We called Volkswagen people and they said, no, just go through the barricade. It's fine. We went just through. We could get to the hotel. It works. And so we were sure. Yeah, it works. And so we were at some spot where it looked like we could go in. And then a person came by and said, you can just go drive over, it's fine. And great car. So we drove over. We drove for 200 meters. Then was the next big barrier. We asked the people there. They said, no, everything's locked. You can't go through. We turned around, saw the police. We asked the police. The police said, you went through the barrier. That's not allowed. We said, we're looking to get to the... it's only shops at Orient Vorgeschäft, exactly, like you do with the sex shop in Spain. You can go through, and we said we need to go to the hotel event. Blah, blah, blah. He looked at the address and said, "You're never getting there. It's all locked off." So we got out. We called Volkswagen again. Hey, we can't get there. What's going on? What do we do? And he said, "Okay, drive back to the event, and someone will drive you in a different way from there to your hotel." We went back to the event, got into the car, was a very nice guy, even knew him. He brought me the Id.5 Pro here to home once. And he's acting like he didn't use the escort service I advised him in Copenhagen. Yes, I'm acting like that. And he drove us there with no problem and no barriers at all. We were so ashamed. We were like, oh my God, he just drove us here for nothing. What the hell happened? We apologized 200 times to everyone. They were like, yeah, it's fine. It's okay. And so we went up to the room. And then it was already 6:30. And they said we will meet at 6:45 because we will take those little boats there and go over to a restaurant. But you see the bridge here in the back? This bridge goes there as well. I don't know why we had this boat thingy going. And so we said, okay, let's take the boat if they're already doing this. And I met a few people there that I know from Volkswagen. Kyle also drove with his raft. It was slow. Yeah, it's very slow. But it did the job. I wrote down your agenda. There is a 3-hour gap. I know what you did. I see coasters for drinks. Yeah, but there were no drinks. We were the first one going over, and it was fine. But again, we could have walked. It would have been way faster than to wait for everyone. But that's just what they do. That's Volkswagen, it's fine. No drinks for you for being late. They're not bringing the car to the hotel. No, nobody got drinks. Huh. And it's not going to Aldi in Sweden. I didn't see an Aldi in Sweden. I just saw the Lidl. I saw Lidl in Denmark as well. Yeah, but we took the raft over to the restaurant, and then other people came, other YouTubers, other, magazines and I don't know, reporters and everything. I think it was all in all maybe 25 people that were there on that day. We went on an electric boat in Hallstatt. Cool. Lidl is everywhere, dude, even in the US. Yo, man. But Aldi isn't. Yeah, so we went over there. That's Matthias. It's the one, he drove with me. That's the one who's doing the boat. We have a sound box, yeah. So we went over. This is the main press guy from Volkswagen that I am in contact with. This is some cameraman from whatever, no idea. And then we went, like I said, this is the bridge. This was the restaurant. This was the bridge over. We could have walked, but we took the raft. It was very busy and a lot of up and down at that time. I have no idea who the other people are. And then we went over there. Yeah, this is already the menu on the other side. What we got for food. Looks like Amsterdam. It's more in more Danish. That's true. This is awesome with free juice. Is there free juice? I need something to drink. I'm being back in a second. I'm talking too much. Way too much. It's already 9. I'm talking a lot. And I'm not even done. We're on the second day now. Not Bluetooth. Torch. My water. There we are. I'm back. Oh, you hear that cracking if I go, if I walk, if I move? What the hell? Where's cat cam? No cats or no cat cam? Cat is still at my parents'. That's the stuff. Okay. Then we had dinner. We were there for... That's little water. It's true. Where does it say? Here. Little. It's the best water in Germany. Tequila. Goes default. And at dinner we were there for 3 hours, just talking to people. There were a woman and a man there. I think the man was the cameraman and she was the thing. I don't know if they do YouTube videos. I think so. And I think they are invited by a lot of companies, and they don't do just electric cars, they do everything. But I had no idea who they were. But they sounded like they have a lot of subscribers. I looked around if I know them. They were German, but I had no idea who they were. I'm just bad. And so it was a lot of talk about the bus, about Volkswagen overall, about the update, about future things and stuff. There was no presentation or anything. It was just dinner, casual. The food was good. It was a nice evening. At 10, they started to go on the raft again and do a whole tour of Copenhagen, but I was done. And we knew we would go home the next day in the morning, and Matthias was done too, so we walked back to the hotel, went into the room, and I was in bed at 10:30 or so. I was done. It was a long day and a lot of stuff. Will agree with me. You should have gone to Miniature Wonderland in Hamburg. Yeah, sure. I don't care about that, and no. It looks nice on the picture and video, but see, oh, it's small, and then, oh, that's small, oh, that's small. I'm the wrong person for that. Okay, we slept. Sunday, next, oh, a big thing, I forgot about that. Shows what an idiot I am. That I'm a party pooper, of course. The big thing, what idiot I am, in the Volkswagen Id.5 GTX with 3.1, you can see if the car is locked. And so up here it shows you that your car is locked. So I was at dinner, the car Id.5 GTX with not a lot in there except for one bag with a drone from Matthias, a Mavic 3? I don't know, expensive one. Ooh, exciting. Yeah, for me that's exciting because my ID3, we go back. At Walter, I don't have that. There's nothing. It doesn't even show the picture right now. Come on, load the picture. When I switch between cars, sometimes it doesn't find the picture. Syncing. Doesn't do anything right now. Was it broken in? At the time I'm not here. There is a picture. Woohoo! There's no locking thing that it's locked. I don't know if Walter is locked. I hope so. I've had that for 3 years. Well, other Volkswagen cars I found out, so a normal fossil Volkswagen has that for 10 years. And you can even, like you do with Tesla, lock and unlock. Id.5 GTX with 3.1, you cannot lock and unlock. You can just see that it's locked or not locked. And we were at dinner. And like I said, the only thing was expensive that was in the car was the drone. And I looked at the app. What range do we have, by the way? And then it's not locked. I didn't lock the car. Because before we left, I put stuff in the car, took stuff out into the bus, locked, Matthias came back. We had to do some. He said, "Oh, I need this." I think I touched a nerve. Yes, you did. Way too early. And it's annoying that idiot. Right timing. Exactly. I'm an idiot, big time, and I freaked out. I left the car unlocked 10 kilometers away in Copenhagen with an expensive drone in it. I told that Volkswagen. Volkswagen called the security who is at the event. They went to the car, checked. Yes, it's unlocked. Took out the bag with the drone, and the security we saw in the morning was just 10 meters away. So we parked perfectly for that, but he took the bag the whole night and protected it with his life. But that was nice when you do that, how stupid you are. So I know one thing for sure, Volkswagen will never forget me. If I forget to lock mine, I get a push notification. Yeah, I should get that too, and I got it with 3.1, but for not with this car. I don't know why. This is all Danish newspapers the day after. I doubt that. Lock feature inside the app. Yeah, you should, but they didn't do it. When I had the 3.0 ID.3, it told me you were drunk, didn't you? No, not one thing. We had all squash, so the Danish Fanta. We hit electricity is up 1000% there. How does charge cost compare to petrol cost now? Are they rationing electricity yet? I don't know. I'm already weird frame rate. Charging for me was same price. Okay, you were making out. I get it. Yeah, I was making out. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, I didn't lock. Couldn't change that, and they showed me on their I don't know how old Golf that he can lock the car. Yeah, that's great. I can't do it. And so went to bed, got up next morning. So Volkswagen will never forget me. Then, so 3 things. First, when I was with at the Id.5 media drive, I went there. They didn't have a car for me, and I was pissed. That's why they won't forget me. Then at the Id Buzz event, I said I cannot get to the hotel, but then another guy could just drive me. Then I did not lock my car and I had to get a bag, so they will not forget me. And the last day is even more important. A better life, high maintenance. Big time. They know that. I apologized 200 times, but I'm pretty sure they think, oh, he's back. He's trouble. He's trouble. He's a weirdo. So next. On Saturday evening, they told us the following. The next morning, you will get picked up at the around the hotel and brought to the airport event where the security guy is waiting with the bag. He's there till 9 a.m. and then you can drive home with your car. I get up at 6:30, breakfast. I go to the Volkswagen stand, what they have in the hotel. I ask how this is working, and the woman there says you have to go over the bridge at the restaurant where you were yesterday, and there will be a car waiting that brings you to the event. If certain Volkswagen models have that locking feature for 10 years, why are they struggling now? I have no idea. 1 week ago, my ID.4 got the 2.4 battery. How long before I received 3.0? 2 weeks after the upgrade? No! They're not even starting outside of Germany and with high numbers. There will be a while. How could change cost be the same? Are we being told a lie by the media about your dire situation in Germany? No, because the prices that I have for charging are fixed for Ionity and WeCharge, for example. What a drama. First world problem. Exactly. That's totally first world problem. What are your Archidoob? What's Archidoob? Ah, that's a guy. A person. What the hell are you calling me for? My next update will allow me to put the blind spot camera feed in a different place on the screen. That's a great thing. That's also great. Yeah, Tesla does great things. Not denying it. Volkswagen doesn't. Also not denying it. Yeah, but I wanted to show you, this was the menu. that we got. The olives were awesome. There was hummus, I think. But I got a bit allergic, but it was fine. Yeah, those were the olives, then the almonds. It was the table. We got always water. This was the view outside of the restaurant. Here, this would be with the white shoes. This is Alex from Elektrisiert. And this was his whole group. That's this nut is a Volkswagen guy. That's why I think he was there with Grip. It was 4 people. And we had squash. I don't know what this was. I didn't eat it. That's Benedict. That's the hummus and the bread. I think it was hummus. I don't know. Again, I felt that I'm allergic to it. There was something in it that my body didn't want. This was when the sun went down. Looked awesome. And then when we went over the bridge, I just backed up a bus on UK side, nowhere near all option. It was nearly 70k. Yeah, I specced up a bus in the German configuration with 75,000 euros, and they're still gonna buy it. I'm pretty sure. This is on the way back, and this is already the next morning. So will you move to Copenhagen with Cindy? I doubt it, because then we have to learn another language. Even though everybody speaks English there, but it's a bit rude to live there and not speak Danish. But it was Copenhagen or Denmark was very nice. It was very clean, quiet people. I saw that a lot of people look alike, especially women. So blonde women with long hair in a ponytail, straight hair. At breakfast, there were 3 women that looked exactly the same. Maybe they're related. I have no idea. Who's next to your bed on the pic? Nobody. That's empty. That's empty, and that's my legs. This I haven't used. Yeah, and then in the morning they already had the barrier up for the Ironman. I'm guessing this is the running. This is the bridge we have to go over. That woman told us in the morning. That's already the way back. Loving Denmark. Ladies look like each other. He's inflatable friend. That would be amazing. What is it? What the doll called? Blow up doll. You can bring it in every bag. It's so little. It's awesome. Okay, next morning. So the woman told us get over the bridge. The one he bought in Marbella in his favorite shop. Go over the bridge. And there will be someone who can pick you up. Okay, we go over the bridge at 8 a.m. They will pick you up, and we know at 9 a.m. the security guy with our drone has to go home. So we have no idea what he's gonna do with the drone when we're not there at that time. Which woman told you that they all look the same? No, she was German. She looked different. So we went over there. Waited for 15 minutes, no one there. I called. They said, wait, I have to call someone else, we'll see. They called us again. Sorry, the woman told you something wrong. You have to be at the hotel. Someone will bring you where you get picked up. Okay, we went back to the hotel. A woman came out. We were already a tiny bit pissed. And again, I'm sure that's why they remember us, because we always call and I don't know what's going on. It was the only number that we knew. Sausage is between her legs there. And what? Yeah, so we waited 10 minutes. Then that woman came. She was totally excited. Follow me. And then we went out of the hotel, right, and then straight for 300 meters, and there were the cars. So they could have just told us, go out to the hotel and write this street here on Google Maps. This is where you have to go. Just go. Yeah, but they didn't. Any news on a cheap Id.5 that's supposed to come soon? 72, 67 kilowatt hour? I have no idea about that. I know the small one with the 52 kilowatt hour battery. I know the all-wheel drive, but not GTX. That's all I know. Okay, they brought us to the car. Then he was supposed to bring us to the car, to our car, to the event with the where our car is, where the event was. And it was already so late, and then he drove off and he thought, he could barely make it to 9, but it's okay. Then he went, saw a barrier, couldn't go there, he had to go out, again a barrier because of the Ironman, so he had to go all the way out to the highway. And then we saw we're not gonna make it to 9. So I called again, I'm very sorry. And again, this is how they remember me. I'm sorry, we're supposed to be there at 9, but we can't make it. We'll be there at 10 after. Security guy wants to leave. He has our camera. Can somebody take that off of him? Not that we can get that the drone. And he said, yeah, we'll make sure of that. So we arrived at 10 after 9, and there was a Volkswagen guy already waiting for us, giving us the drone and said, bye. So he was happy. He was, screw you. What the hell? On Sunday, when my day off here, you have to do this. So he was annoyed. And I can totally understand why. And like I said, he will remember us. And so we drove home. Spending Christmas in Benidorm this year. That's nice. I don't know, what's Benidorm again? Was it the thing in Spain? I'm horrible. So we went home. On the way home, there was a lot of traffic again in Hamburg. Then Denmark was fine. Charging in Denmark was fine. We used the better route planner again. Everything worked. Who is this Iron Man? Yeah, he needs a lot of space. What we had on the way back was a bit of traffic at the chargers. So we arrived at the first charger in Germany, and there was 4 Ionity chargers and 2 EnBWs or Allego, I don't know what it was, but everything was full. We arrived, we parked on the side, then there was an Id.5 coming who wanted to charge too, but we waited for, I think, Ladestau, exactly. I think, can you tell Tesla to find me a Toba? I want a Caravan. Did you do any metrics on Id Buzz or just general driving experience? Not really metrics. I couldn't have time. I didn't have time for that. So we had to wait for 5 minutes. Then someone left. We charged. Was fine. All the stations where we were, where you get food, was really. Did you try the free internet radio in Id.5? I have that too. I could use internet radio if I just get but I don't use it. And press cars of Volkswagen. If you connect it to Reconnect ID, then you need the data in your name. You didn't bring the laser gun? No. So we had to wait a few minutes. And the Id.5 could just charge a few minutes after us. And it was interesting, at the next charger, we were there and he was coming a few minutes later as well. So we were on the same schedule, on the same chargers. That was a lot of fun. Then we came to Hamburg again. We had a traffic jam again. Here we have a beautiful traffic jam in Hamburg. 102 kilometers before the next chargers. I don't even know where this is. No idea. Oh, that's already almost at home. That was the Id.5. Where was I? Where's coming after this is? Oh, that's the last thing. Hamburg again, traffic jam, at least 45 minutes to an hour. This is one color Volkswagen has banned from the cargo bus, pink. They do not want them parked on the side of the road servicing their clients. Internet data for radio should be free after 3.0. Really? I had no idea. But again, I don't use it. I tried it once if it worked, but I'm not a radio listener. I'm a Spotify guy. Podcast or music, whatever. And so we had our traffic jam in Hamburg again. We went to the next charger and the Ioniq was there first because he said he went through the city a different way and I guess we drove a different way and he was just earlier. We had no jam in Hamburg, but we did have currywurst. Good one. And then we went on the same, almost the same chargers. The last one was in Straubing, but just a few minutes, so we went on. And no, in Nempitz, Ionity Nempitz, it has 6 chargers. One is broken, but when we arrived, just an Audi e-tron just went in, and I said no. We were at 8% or so, and I said we're not gonna wait. Let's go on to the next charger. And it was an Aral charger, 10 kilometers away. We arrived then with 3% or so. It was fine. We charged to 15% or so, and then we went to the next charger. That was then fine. So we didn't lose too much time on the way back with this Ladestau, but overall with the traffic jam, that was problematic. So like I said, we did the same thing. Nempitz, then where did we? Then we Ionity in Weinberg, and then Ionity Straubing, and then we went home. We arrived, so we started driving at 9:10. Can you say Skoda yet? Skoda. Last time I was in Hamburg, I went to München. Everybody does that, huh? In Hamburg, they love that. You like it small, all of you. And yeah, we arrived at his house, I think a few minutes before 1 a.m. So we drove 15 hours, 45 minutes without the traffic jam and without the Ladestau. It would have been 14 hours, 45 minutes, something like this. There was a lot of traffic in Denmark and then into Germany where we could drive, but we drove like 100 or 90, and then it got a bit slow, then accelerated a bit. It was a lot of traffic. Now we just have to get a break from the big. That's also good. They have some hidden naughty scenarios. Hey Chris, could have stopped in St. Pauli, gone to the red light district. I'm so not interested in it, I'm sorry. At all at Hamburg. I'm totally honest. Even though we went through and it was greener than I thought. More green than Copenhagen. Copenhagen is nice, but not a lot of trees. Yeah, and like I said, we arrived at 1, and then I drove home with just 10 minutes. I would be interested in you, yeah. And this were the stats at the end. So this is just driving time. This is the kilometers. This was the next. I took this picture next morning. Average speed at 100 kilometers an hour, but this is without charging. This was the whole trip. Like I said, the consumption is not amazing because we drove 140 when it was possible, but that wasn't the whole time. So I would say maybe 30% that we drove 140. On the way there, the first 280 kilometers we drove really fast, above 140, and it worked the whole time. So in the morning on the Friday, there was really no problem. And there wasn't too much construction as I thought. It was less than on my 1,000 kilometers route to Dresden. So that was nice. But like I said, it was just a lot of slow driving. And for that, this is... did you see Carvau with ID4 drag race? No, I haven't seen Carvau. Where was he? I'm sure he was at the bus drive at some point when 3 weeks and every 2 days they have 20 people there or whatever, and they have 50 cars. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of press people were at that thing that cost a fortune. So this is the consumption, and I like I said, I will make a video. I think a Pro without all-wheel drive would have had a lower consumption, because every time you push the GTX and the front-wheel drive comes in as well, you get very high consumption because the two motors are doing something. When you don't push it and it's just using the rear-wheel drive, I think the consumption is way lower. EQS has way better drag coefficient, so that's not comparable, just a different car. like I said, without. So if we would have gone with a Pro, not GTX, I'm pretty sure this would be at 210 or maybe even at 200 at the speed that we were doing. So yeah, that was it. That was my trip to Copenhagen. Close everything. And I'm done because we did that for 2 hours. It's done. Because today it was glorious. Go home, Tesla. But was it faster than a Model 3? I doubt that. Yeah, Mercedes doesn't give me cars, so I will never test the EQS. I have to get 200,000 subscribers to get a car from Mercedes. That's how it is. Yeah, 5 minutes faster. Cool. That's good. In Norway. If it does it in Germany, that's different. So if you could drive 150, 160, I think Model 3 is still faster. Because the consumption of Model 3 at high speeds is still amazingly low. But I'm not knocking the EQS, it's just a different car. Also Sweden. In Sweden. Yeah, but he can go 130 there, right? I'm not good with that. But that's awesome. EQS, because of the drag coefficient, is a very, very efficient car, and it can still charge very well. 120. Ooh. You can just stand. You switched to Pixel 6 Pro? Yes, I have. Because my Xiaomi phone, where do I have it? Somewhere I'm selling it again. Had a lot of problems since updating to Android 12. 5 minutes faster for twice the price. Yeah, but it's also a different comfort. A Model 3 to an EQS is a different comfort level, I think, if this is important to you. That's yeah, I switched because Xiaomi had a lot of problems with Android Auto. Every time I plug it in, half of the time it doesn't work. You have to unplug, plug it in again, and then, or with wireless, it doesn't matter. Both worked horrible. And a better route planner doesn't show location unless it's on. So when the screen is on, there was a problem. And even Google Maps sometimes had no location in Android Auto. And I was fed up with it, and I said, no, I don't want that anymore. So I bought this. Android Auto works perfectly. A better route planner works perfectly. What I noticed though, this phone gets hot even though the screen is off when you use Bluetooth, mobile internet, and charge it at the same time, but not fast, and have Chinese spying on you, and have Android Auto on. So on the way with the Id.5 GTX, this in the middle console, it gets very hot, and when it's hot, charging is extremely slow. It's barely charging at all. And even when I wanted to take a picture, it tells me, oh, it's hot. You cannot use the flash or whatever. That was annoying. So if I would have had to use it at some way, or have to charge it because it's only at 30% and I need it later, that was annoying. My Xiaomi phone had no problem with that. It charged fine in the car, and the best thing is at home I can charge it really fast with 120 watt charger. So if I just need from 20 to 80%, it just takes 5 minutes or so, and here just charge with a maximum of 30 watt in the bottom, and that's a downside to it. Yeah, and that different launchers don't work very well. I already looked it up, and it's a known issue with Pixel phones. When you use a different launcher and you switch from one app back to the home screen, it takes a second. Till you can press something else. So I'm using the standard Pixel launcher, and this is not nice. I wanted to use the Microsoft launcher. That looks great, and they already sent me that I can have Android 13, but I'm scared. My 1-year-old phone still has 100% battery health. I have no idea if I can see the battery health. And 1 year old, why would you not have 100% battery health in a... Why not? And it's the software that's telling you that. Why would it say anything else? No. I always say it, Apple stuff is great. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. It's the same with Tesla. It's great stuff, but I don't like it. It's not mine. Okay, I'm stopping here. We're doing this for 2 hours. I have to go to bed. Tomorrow is work again. But finally this week, I have the Friday off as I should, because my old phone is 85 and my wife has it. That's great. The last few weeks I worked on a Friday because either Monday I had off or the other weeks I had to work because my coworker was on holidays. But this week is normal. Id.5 GTX will be picked up on Tuesday. Tomorrow I still have to film 3 videos in the evening. But it was raining here and I hate filming when it's raining. Not a test, just about 3.1 software, about plug and charge. Stuff like that. No work tomorrow. Woohoo! Awesome. And on Thursday, on September 1st, I get a press car BMW i4. No idea if it will be the M40, M50. We'll see. I have it for a week. So this Friday will be all the tests. I will do all day testing. Even at night, I want to see the light. Pretty sure I will do everything on that Friday and maybe a bit on Sunday, we'll see. So everything, how is it driving, range test, driving test, charging test, night test, what else, the app I want to see, all of it. I want to do everything and on that Friday, from the morning to the night. That will be my thing. Okay, and then nothing. I have asked for a few press cars, but nothing is set in stone. We'll see. After that, I don't have... Yeah. Oh, on Friday, Walter has his first service after 2 years. I have to see how much that costs, how I make a video about that. And hopefully at some point I get 3.0 software. We'll see. I'll show you that. So this is what's coming. Okay, that's it for me. I don't want to anymore. It's been long and a lot of time. I'll get you an E-type. What would I do with an E-type? If, then I want an I-Pace. So you all take care. Thank you much for being here today. That was that was nice. See you next week. Goodbye.